Look at me. All professional like I'm on Wall Street. Just kidding. I'm not that much of a tool. Maybe a little. Okay, so Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps. Now, I'm one of the few people who are really looking forward to this movie, one of my most anticipated movies of the fall, because I think Oliver Stone, despite some of his controversy, is a really good director. I love the original Wall Street. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit dated, but it's still a really good movie. And I did like the trailer for this movie. It wasn't amazing, but it did look intriguing. It's one of those sequels that you just can't see being made, but then you're surprised when it actually looks like it could be decent. Now, the first 15-20 minutes of the movie just feel like it's trying to shake what it's been known for. It's just completely retroness. It tries to lose all of that. It tries to be really modern, be like, hey, it's not the 80s anymore. We don't have crazy poofy hair and retarded jackets or suits or whatever. Then it also kind of seems like they're trying to create equivalent characters from the first one in a way. Also, early on and kind of later into the movie, some of the business talk just feels really forced and just not natural at all. And that's something the first one did really well. It just felt like it just flowed nicely, not just spitting out numbers and companies. This one just felt kind of forced at times. Onward to the positives, and there are quite a lot of them. But first off, I just have to say that while it maintains some of the same morals, this movie is just so very, very, very different from the original. Overall, the performances by everyone are really good. Frank Langella, Josh Brolin, Carey Mulligan, and just Shia LeBeouf. Now, Shia LeBeouf, I was kind of worried about him in this movie. He's been taking on some, older movies, just kind of sporting some kind of role in them. But he actually does really good here. Makes his character believable. Yeah, I didn't totally love his character. I think they could have done a better job with it. But he does a really good job, and he's kind of redeeming himself for being in Transformers. Now, Michael Douglas. That's sad because this could be one of his very last movies. But he does a great job. Just such a great job. I mean, the first half of Wall Street, the original, you love Michael Douglas's character. He's just a lovable kind of tycoon ass. They picked this one off like we're supposed to have this built-in compassion for him, and all of a sudden start to feel bad for him, but we still just don't really like him, and as the movie goes on, we start to like him more. And then, but he still has that jerk in him. You can still sense it with everything he does. Me and my friends were trying to describe him at times where he's just being a total ass, and we came up with, ass piper, ass hat, ass mongler, ass monkey, it's kind of fun to throw that out there in a theater where there's mainly really old people. Unfortunately, some old guy had a really long fart, which normally just wouldn't have been funny, but my one retarded friend, decided to start laughing. And when someone starts laughing in a situation where you shouldn't be laughing, it's hard not to laugh, and it started like a chain link domino effect of the lawmaus that just didn't end until we decided to move away from that retard. It kind of loses some of its slickness, but at the same time it gains really cool things. It's got amazing cinematography and it's very nicely edited at times. For the movie's longer runtime, it really doesn't drag too much because most of the characters are pretty interesting and the script is so well that some scenes of just dialogue are very entertaining. It has some predictable twists and turns and it has an ending that's just totally offbeat, pretty bad. There are things it does a lot better than the first one, and there are things it just completely loses. But after the first 20 minutes, it really picks up, and it really gets going, and it gets really good. And I liked how it creates a lot better of an emotional side that the first one just couldn't really capture. It carries over those morals, and they never really feel too preachy, and I think it does that well. In scenes where they discuss things where it's just why they do these crazy business things that they do. Scenes where they discuss greed, which they did in the first one, they expand a lot about that and how it drives people, and also just what amount of money is enough money where you can just stop before you do things that are just that people just wonder why you do before you start really screwing up people's lives. And it dwells into that a lot throughout the movie, and I really like that. Rewatching the original the other day, I can just realize how timely it is now, and now I see how the sequel just really captures that sense of relevance and portrays the recession that we only experienced not too long ago very well. It has a whole bunch of references for fans of the original, including a very cool cameo by Charlie Sheen. He's everybody's lovable asshole. Recently minus a lot of the love, but you know. Overall, Wall Street's not without its flaws, but because of its great performance, fantastic direction, and its social and economical relevance, it just really succeeds in a way that most unexpected sequels really don't. So I will give Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps, of course it can't, it's an inanimate object, but reference to the original. Anyway, I will give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I know I'll probably enjoy it a lot more than others do, but I think that, you know, if you like the original, you will like this one. It really only slightly misses the Revolution Reviews' fantastic seal of approval. So to all of you out there who received advanced screenings to The Social Network, yes, I'm talking to you, formerly Film Fanatic 57, H. Smith TV, and Channel Ryan 96, I extend a message to my very dear friends, and that is, you. Money. So they say, it's the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, there's no surprise that they're giving none away. 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 Money!